You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Raw with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. If we don't play, all wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's OH. Somebody please give this brother an IO. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boyz, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello.
Yes.
Believe it or not, we're going to talk about Ohio State football tonight. We're an Ohio State football channel. So just wanted to, I know you guys are wondering what the topic was, man. We talk about Ohio State football on this channel, man. The best team in the nation, the national champs, you know what I mean? The team leading the way, the team setting a good example for the rest of the teams and all of college football. So if you don't like Ohio State, might be a hard show for you to listen to. But Mello, how was your day, man?
Man, the day's been crazy, man. My son, I had to run him around. His Tesla crapped out, so I had to drive him all over the place to try to get that fixed. First day of school down here in Gwinnett County. So first day of last day of school. First day of school for my daughter. So she wanted me to pick her up from school. Of course, I'm gonna do that. So I was running her around, PT. Pretty busy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hey man, I feel you, dude. It's just nonstop, man. Nonstop. Yeah. That's what, I said a couple shows back, man. This the Buckeyes, man, like college team, we follow them, we love them, but they really are like an outlet. You know what I mean? Like when I talk about them, when I watch them, it's just like it helps me, calm down and take a step back from life sometimes. And I know that might sound crazy, but dude, and I honestly think it's kind of a healthy habit to have. It's been a long day, dude. I can tell by my face. Yes. I'm just like,
it is healthy hobby though, because like for me, it's the gym. I have to have the gym. That's my therapy. I can't afford a therapist. They're too expensive. So I just go to the gym, let the weights talk to me, and we have a conversation, And then outside of that, doing this, like, I'm not gonna lie, the past 3 weeks, this month has been hell for me. Lost my uncle, lost a childhood friend, and then yesterday, one of my homies from the military died. So like 3 deaths in like 2.5 weeks. So I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was smiling, because I just let all the stress just go here right now. You know what I mean?
Man, that's the thing, dude. I talked to a friend, a couple days ago who's got something going on in life. And, he was like, what do I do? And I was like, hey, man, the only thing I got for you is Jesus, right? That's my only testament. He's not a believer like I am, right? But it's so true, man. Like that foundation that I have in my faith in Jesus, that foundation is formed from experiences that I've had, right? So I know, like, I've been through so much in life, and God has got me on the other side of that I know that whatever comes my way, right, as long as I do the next right thing, do what the Bible says, do what the Lord's leading me to do, everything's going to be fine, man. And, that's what it is, dude. It's having that foundation to fall back on, because sometimes, dude, you ain't got nobody to fall back on. Sometimes 100%. Your mom can't answer, your best friend can't answer. And sometimes your mom tells you some horrible advice. Sometimes your best friend tells you some horrible advice, So, but I'll tell you one person that does not give horrible advice, and that is Jesus, man. We're not I know sometimes, no, never mind. It's a beautiful thing, dude. And it's a beautiful thing to experience. I wish I could just like impart those experiences that I've had with Jesus and God into other people. You know what I mean? I do. Because I used to be those other people. When I heard people talking about Jesus, I was going the other way. I didn't want to hear it. Didn't want nothing to do with it. But It's good, man. Positivity, waking up every morning and looking around and making a list of things that you're grateful for. 90% of the time, my problems are about 5% of what I expect them to be. You know what I mean? So they're never as big as what, we really think they're going to be. But you guys didn't come here, right, to get a therapy lesson. Me and Mello might need one, but that's not why you came here, right? So, guys, do me a favor, man. Appreciate you guys hopping in the chat, man. Hit that like button for us, that subscribe button as well. Super chats are up and kicking. Our super chats, half of them go towards Teen Challenge, is a 12-month faith-based discipleship program that help anybody that's struggling with anything. Teach you the Word of God. The other half goes towards helping homeless veterans in this country. A huge need, man.
Absolutely.
Need any help to the veterans, but specifically, so that's what we do. So, this channel, man, this is all about funneling back to you guys, back to the community, back to that. That's what it is. And we have a blast doing it, right? It's a good, fun thing for us to do. So we know we're doing a ticket giveaway on this channel. The ticket is purchased, okay, to the Washington game. I have it now officially. So you have to get your way there, and you have to get your hotel room and whatever else. But I'll tell you that, if you win the trivia, essentially, and you can't go to the game, it's $275 that I'll be sending you. So winner's getting $275 of value. So, it's a good thing, man. We're going to be asking a trivia question at the end of the night. If I could find my trivia book somewhere. But let's dive into it, man. A lot of little lists came out today. Us as Buckeye fans think this can be a repeat year, right? Super high on a lot of our positions. But then you ask yourself, okay, do we have scarlet glasses on? Are we saying this because we're fans? And one might think that they could just go to the national media and find out, because the national media will give unbiased, realistic takes on things, right? Doesn't that make sense? We should be able to do that. But when you go and do that, you look at some of these lists coming out, and it's just like, bro, what is going on, right? This is just ludicrous, man. The Buckeyes at number 8. Pay attention to Vegas. So we're going to get into that tonight, man. The Freaks list came out. Buckeyes got 2 of the top 10 on there, and they probably should have more, but I'll take 2. So we're good with that. So we're going to dive into it, man.
Absolutely.
Freaks list, bro. So let me ask you. I know you already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Who do you think's number 1 in the nation on the Freaks list?
It definitely has to be somebody at Ohio State. Maybe Caleb Downs? No, it wouldn't be Caleb. K-Mac, maybe. Nah.
Maybe.
No. Sonny Styles? No. Of course, it's Optimus Prime. Who else would it be?
Yeah. Here it is right here, guys. The best college football player in the nation. So here's an example. We can go look at the national perspective on an opinion that we have as Ohio State fans. And that opinion is Jeremiah Smith, best player in the nation. We can go to The Athletic, other national media places, other reporters that cover for other teams even, and they will say best player in the nation, dude. 76 catches, 1,315 yards last year, 15 touchdowns as a freshman, led the country with 6 receptions of at least 50-plus yards, 6'3.5", 223 pounds, has already done 20 reps of 225 pounds, runs 23.5 miles per hour, has a 38-inch vertical. Let's see, squatted 550 pounds. So I think it's fair to say that our thoughts of who we have as a player in Jeremiah Smith is correct. Do you think we're correct? And do you agree with number 1?
Oh, number 1 is for sure. The only person that could maybe compete is Sonny Styles, because he has a lot of the same measurables, but he weighs a little bit more, but he's a tad bit slower. So I'm perfectly fine with it. I just think Sonny is too low, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you have seen the list. Yep. And then number 2, Here
I
we
haven't seen the
go.
whole list. I just seen our guys on the list where they were.
Let's see. Number 2, man, Caden Proctor from Alabama, the offensive tackle. I can't really judge these other ones because I just don't know. They could be. Nick, South Carolina.
Yeah, I could give that.
Amari
That dude is
Washington.
Olympic speed.
Yeah. Amari Washington, Oregon defensive tackle.
I'm gonna go no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Peter
I don't know
Woods,
either, but I'm not giving Oregon those quacks any type of.
I'm going no too,
cosign.
dude. But Peter Woods from Clemson, defensive tackle. That's a yes for me personally, but
he's a freak.
Dominic McKinley, LSU. Logan Jones, Iowa, the center. I don't know about that, but maybe. Let's just go on down here. Sonny Styles. Here we go. And here's the thing, man. As a Buckeye fan, right, we always talk about Sonny Styles and what a freak he is, and it builds these expectations for what we need to see on the field. And we saw year 1 and we saw year 2 at safety, and we're just like, where's it at? Where's it at? Right. And then last year happened, and there are still some fans out there that are like, where's it at? Where's that? It wasn't enough. Well, what Sonny Styles did last year it's pretty wild. I mean, he finished second in the team with 100 tackles, 10.5 tackles for a loss, 5 broken up passes. We saw how many sacks did he have? I forget how many sacks did he have.
I think he had 6.
Yeah, when you go back and look at it, dude, he had like a sneaky big time year. Like he was not playing any games last year. Well, no, he played like 16 games that I'm talking about. He wasn't messing around.
About it. Think about all the mistakes he made in the beginning because it's his first year ever playing linebacker. And he made so many mistakes. He was slow to read because he was getting used to the position. But if you look at game 1 to the last game, that's why I think you're an idiot if you're a linebacker and you don't come to Ohio State. I'm sorry. Yes, you're going to get less money up front, but in the city of Columbus, you're going to get it on the back end. Once you get on the field, you're going to get paid. But the priceless part, when you add that up, is the development that you're not going to get somewhere else. I guarantee you, if you ask Quinn Ewers and you gave him truth serum right now, he would say she never transferred out of Ohio State. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. I mean, nothing but the truth there, man. Sonny Styles, 6'4.5", 243 pounds, broad jump of 11 foot, vertical jump of 40 inches, squatted 675 pounds.
That's insane. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
That's like on Real Talk, he weighs 243 pounds. That's like almost unbelievable type of talk. Like if somebody 243 pounds walks up to me and says they just squatted 675 pounds, I'm telling them, no, they did not. Body fat at 10%, right? And he compared himself to Jeremiah Smith, said he ran 23.2 miles per hour last year. Jeremiah Smith's at 23.5. So, dude, that's rolling.
That's what I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Dude,
he's way too
fast,
low.
Bro.
He is way too low. I think this is my prediction. I'm just going to have a hot take right now, if that's okay with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sonny Styles is going to be the first linebacker drafted in next year's draft. That's my hot take. I know people aren't going to agree, and I think it's hot because you got Anthony Hill, you got some other players out there on UGA, but I think Sonny Styles is going to be the first linebacker taken. He's going to test off the charts. He's going to have production, and the only thing he really needs to come back to do is just fill the gaps a little bit quicker and cover the flats and running backs and tight ends. And once he masters that, he has 0 flaws. The upside is just ridiculous for that kid. He is a stud.
Well, I think this is hands down the truth, Terry. Kind of back up what Melo said. This is the most athletic linebacker in the country. Yeah, he used to play safety. Yep. Now he's down at linebacker with the same agility, same speed. It wouldn't, dude. My jaw would not drop if Sonny Styles was the first linebacker drafted. Why? Because here's another thing: his versatility for the NFL in particular. Sonny Styles is one of those body types. It's like an Arvell Reese. They're very similar, believe it or not. Arvell Reese just has I think he's a little freakier, believe it or not, at certain things. But the rushing, he's got the skill set and the body type that the NFL loves. And that's the body type that normally, because whatever depending on the scheme he gets on an NFL, he's going to have a more successful NFL career than college career. And by that, I mean being more popular and stuff like that. But
even more production, because I mean, they're going to use him more, right? They're going to use him specifically. He can line up off of the edge as a stand-up DN. You can line him as a traditional linebacker. You could drop him back into coverage in the NFL. So I think if he continues his work ethic and health, everything's always predicated on health. I don't think we should even have to state that, but someone will come and comment and be like, "Oh, what if he gets hurt?" If he's healthy, he's a gold jacket type of player.
Yeah. And if you're asking yourself, man, what are we going to do in our linebacker room when we leave somebody this freaky? Well, I'll tell you that Riley Pettijohn is going to have similar numbers when he gets up into being in the program as long as Sonny Styles has. Riley Pettijohn, he's a freak as well. The dude is an athletic freak.
If you guys knew his numbers right now, ridiculous. Not even, and I'm cool with his dad, like very close with his dad. And his dad's telling me some of this stuff, and I'm amazed and astonished at what Riley is doing.
I know. His dad literally just tried calling me while we were on air, and I was gonna,
you should have answered it. Call him back.
I know.
You can press mute. I'll keep talking.
I wanted to ask him more about Riley and some of this stuff. Won gold in the off season. Won most improved. So, dude, there are so many freaks on this team. I mean, listen to when Sonny Styles is talking. Listen to one of our walk-on players, man, Brenton Jones. That's Inky Jones. Yeah. Which, if you're not familiar, Inky Jones' name has been brought up several times.
Yes.
Okay, in the summer workouts, and now going into fall camp, he's been talked about a lot, and he goes under the radar because he's a walk-on man. But Sonny talked about him. He's 6'2", 205. He runs as well as 23.5 miles an hour, has an 11-foot broad jump, 40-inch vertical. Sonny Styles calls him, he said, he's a freak. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got Bodpin Miller as well. Yeah. The dude switching the wide receiver who just played every position in high school. So, man, again, the evaluations these Buckeyes have, and they're getting these guys in the door, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. Again, this recruiting class that we have, what the Buckeyes are doing with Neil, I'm just all about the plan that they have, because the plan that they are utilizing gets us players like this. Top two, right? Number one and number two best football players in the nation, as well as two top 10 freakiest players in the nation. Now, again, these are just lists. You know what I'm saying? That
yeah, but it's a fun thing to do. And we got to salute to Coach Mick, because without Coach Mick, none of this would be happening right now.
No.
But my question to you, Dev, I got a question. Future freaks list. You could pick 3 on the team currently. Not JJ and not Sonny. Obviously, Sonny will be gone. Not Caleb, because he'll be gone. Give me 3 future freak lists, that's freak athletes that's on the team right now that didn't make this list.
Riley Pettijohn.
Okay, 1.
Devin Sanchez.
2.
Dang, who else do I want to put in there, man? Quincy Porter.
Okay. That's a good list. I like that list.
TJ Alford could be on there.
Yeah.
Epi Satanale.
Hold up. You can't be saying names. But I didn't even get to go.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm going to pick
turn.
3 different ones, right?
Okay.
I'm going to pick Epi for sure. Epi's on there for me. Jarquez Carter might be on there for me.
Yeah.
And this is a shocker for everybody out there. I'm taking Jay Cook. I think Jay Cook is going to be a freak. The way he works.
Yeah. Well, this is what we know about Jarquez Carter. I promise you, he's going to be one of or the strongest person on the team when it comes to bench press and squats and actually moving weights around. He loves the weight room. Loves it, man. The dude is an absolute tank, which I want to remind people something real. I think I already did. Did I tell you guys that Maxwell Roy, the defensive tackle, came in, didn't enroll early, came in later, I think 4-star defensive tackle, the heavyweight wrestler in state of Pennsylvania. I think he won state champ. Maybe I haven't like confirmed that or anything, but he's about 6'3", 310 pounds, and he's like ripped.
So
like, there ain't
are you telling me that LJ can recruit? And we do have D-line depth? Because all I see on Twitter, LJ, fire LJ, he's trash. And it's just very interesting because everything I'm hearing from camp and all the beat writers now is, oh, there isn't really the D-line is a little bit deeper than I thought. No duh, Sherlock.
Yeah.
I just don't
so if you go like this, so a couple people that I heard, the opinion I'm talking about that I think is just absolutely ludicrous is the people that say we're definitely going to fall short of repeating because of our lack of depth at defensive tackle, right?
Yep.
And there's still a couple of them out there. There's still a couple of them out there in the beat. Just listen to one of them today, and they're talking about what they saw at camp, and they're the Lone Rangers saying that, clearly the weakest group on the team and whatnot. And it's just like, okay, you know what I mean? This is fall camp.
But
you watch 3 days of fall camp.
This is my thing. Some of these beat writers never played a sport. They don't know anything about a sport. They just went and did journalism or English majors in college. So the next best thing where they could get a job, maybe they do have a passion. Maybe they just don't know the intricacies of the sport itself. Yeah. You can tell by what they say. But it's relative. So you're saying the D tackle position or the D line position at room as a whole is the weakest position group on the team. What's that saying? When wide receiver zone 6 is the best in the nation, the O-line is going to be the best in the nation.
Yeah.
The BIA is the best in the nation. The linebacker room is going to end up as the best in the nation by the end of the season. I don't care what anybody says. So, I mean, and the tight end room is the best in the nation. Running back, probably top 10. So to say the D-line room is the worst position on the team and you're not going to repeat for that, come on, just think about it logically. You're comparing it to itself. It's like the people that compare this year's team to last year's team. They're not playing last year's team. They need to be better than the team that they're facing across from them that Saturday. And that's it. They're not playing last year's team. So that logic, I feel like, is flawed and is stupid. And a lot of people use that logic too. Or this is a good one. I want to throw this one at you. When they say we lost 12 or 14 players in the draft last year, Texas lost 12. They lost 2 less. So how do you feel about that? Those people that say that's why Texas is going to beat us.
You just add them in the list of people that put the Buckeyes at number 8 in the nation, right? You know what I'm saying? Like add them to that list. I mean, I think Texas might have lost. I think Texas. Yeah, you're about to see. I think Texas might have lost their starting right tackle for the season. I think I might have heard that from a little birdie today. I don't know if that is true. So we will. Okay, Steely
he was battling out with Brandon Baker.
I guess it came out there, but yeah, man. I mean, the reality of it is Ohio State has been through losing defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, head coaches, player after player after player, and we're fine, man, because of how we recruit and the culture that we have. So it is what it is. But back to the defensive tackles, actually, real fast, man. I was going to announce we have a new wrench on the show, Will Star. You see him in the chat, right? I thought I did that. I went in and did it, but I might have chose the wrong Will Star. I think I might put his YouTube account as the wrench. So Will Star, I don't know if you're using the account that's connected to your YouTube show or not, but that's the one I made a wrench. So I think I made the wrong one a wrench. But back to the defensive tackles, man, I've always said we got to wait and see. We got to give these guys a chance. So what do we need to see from them? Well, for Will Smith Jr., for him to be a nose tackle, the biggest thing everybody was tripping about was he's 280 pounds. He can't be a nose tackle at 280 pounds. Well, he's 300 pounds now. Okay. Off season, got it together, 300 pounds now. And same with some of these other guys, the Jason Moores, the Taiwan Malones, the Eric Menses, these other guys in the room, even Josh Mickens is up to like 255 pounds. He's a tweener. We haven't heard him. These guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right. And so particularly the players that we need this year, they did what they were supposed to do in the offseason to become better, to become impact players. So they have a check mark in my box. So far, I'm still not worried. Actually, so far, my confidence is growing even more. And it's not because of opinions from people that watched camp and they're saying this is good. I understand it's just fall camp.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, dude, I haven't got into this conversation before, but I'm not really sure if you can glean anything else from fall camp other than what players look like physically.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure you can gather like real, in-depth information as far as what a player is going to be capable of on the field, because there's so many variables. Some people show up when the lights are the brightest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people are ballers, dude, with that pressure. Yeah. And then it's different environments, man. It's a whole lot of pressure. So you could have ballers in practice, then the lights come on, the opposite happens, right?
Yeah.
So, but the defensive tackles, the ones we need to step up, they passed the first part of the test. You know what I'm saying? Look, there's Will Star. See, Will Star, I told you were a wrench, dude. My bad, man. Hey, y'all need to go check out his YouTube channel. I'm for real. I love it. I think it's cool, bro. What he does there.
Drop your link on the YouTube channel in the chat.
It's right there. Will Star Monsters and Mysteries. Type that in. Trust me, it's like a super popular channel. You're not gonna have trouble finding it. But yeah, it's really cool. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, the point of this show, right, is hey, are we being realistic with ourselves when we think the Buckeyes can repeat? And let's dive into that a little bit more here. Yeah. Let me get this pulled up. Well, first off, let's hit this here. Let's go with the USA Today. I meant to pull this up. There you go. First on the list, number one. Freaking dog right there, dude. Right.
Look
here
how
we go.
Flatten that football. You got to be a freak to flatten a football like that.
USA Today coaches poll.
Yeah.
So just let me chat, help me too. Mello, help me.
Yeah.
So what this is rating coaches, right?
Yeah, the coaches are picking, like the coaches poll.
Okay. Now, what information do they have to go on to make this list? Like, if you were going to make this list, what would be like your number one, piece of, information you use to get this list together?
For the coaches?
Yeah. Mine's going to be, okay, did they win the national title last year?
Yeah, check.
It's going to be my first question.
That's a check. And then they're going to look at it. And then you got to think about it. These coaches have all been recruiting the same players. So all the coaches know what's on Ohio State's roster because they were trying to get those players, or they were trying to poach those players in the transfer portal and entice them to come out and transfer out of Ohio State. So they know what's over there. They know the coaching staff and the quality of that as well, which a lot of the reporters are not going to know. So you take into that account, and then you factor in scheduling, because a lot of that happens as well. And I think this one is pretty accurate. There's a few things I might change. Do you see anything you would change?
Oh, bro. I do not feel that sentiment that this is pretty accurate. Let me get into this for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, again, everybody's list and things are going to be different. The other thing I'm going to look at is how well you keep the team together. Where do you get your players from? Are you in the portal all the time getting players? Are you creating a culture of chaos there? So for me, right, Ryan Day won the national title, right? Nobody transferred in the spring, continual top 5 class. And then what coaching staff are you able to surround yourself with? Well, Brian Hartline's the best recruiter in the nation. James Laurinaitis is right behind him with development, and both of them develop at an absolutely elite level. Coach Wall is one of the most respected, defensive back coaches. Matt Guerrieri cannot stop being talked about because of how genius he is with what he does. Billy Fessler is a young, up-and-coming quarterback coach that people just thrive when they talk about him. Other quarterbacks listen to Will Howard talk about him, right? So Larry Johnson's the GOAT, Mark Pantoni, everything about what Ryan Day does. I just don't know. Tell me why you put Sark in front of Coach Day. Why? Day just outcoached him. He beat him. Sark called a toss play in the red zone on second down against the best red zone defense in the nation.
To be fair, though,
he's on the 1 yard line.
If you were Sark, right? Think about it. You watched the Penn State game. You watched the Oregon game. You watched what was it? Indiana or was it Iowa? There's a like 4 or 5 different times where they stopped someone straight 4 possessions and within the 5-yard zone. So he's like, all right, we're not getting it up the middle. He went away from it. They tried to throw it a couple times, didn't work. So he's like, let's try to beat him to the outside because that running back is a legit 4.3 40 guy. So he's like, if he could just hit the corner, he's probably going to get into the touchdown, but he's not going to make it up the middle. So I can't blame him because, I mean, either way, it was destiny for Ohio State to win. It didn't really matter what he did. They were going to lose. And yes, Ryan Day is a much better coach than Sark.
Yeah. And listen, everybody's list is going to be different. Everybody's got different reasonings. I didn't talk about that goal line just to listen. My idea, these are the thoughts that go through my head. I love Ohio State, but I promise you, I can argue with the best of them to keep Ryan Day as the number 1 coach in college football right now. I mean,
yes, no doubt.
If Texas won the national title last year, I would easily say right now, Coach Sark is the best coach in college football right now. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But then we go to number 3 with James Franklin.
That's a clown show over there.
So again, there are depending on what you're looking at, there are things that can put James Franklin pretty high on the list. What he's able to do with the lower recruiting classes that he gets, but he just never gets the job done. Like never. I mean, you're putting him in front of, maybe I should have read this and seen, is this expectations for the year? Maybe we're going about this wrong. And this is, hey, the expected poll, because I see preseason. So this is what they're expecting by the end of the season of where these coaches to be in order at. But anyway, I got Ryan Day at number 1. James Franklin for me is nowhere near the top there at all. So,
Well, what? State, I think they're putting them up there, not just because
of James Franklin. Hold up.
Well, you just about to say.
You can tell that we have had a very long. This is actually one of the most embarrassing moments on our show ever. So let's make sure we bask in this real good because we just talked. We just talked about this chart for 15 minutes, sound like idiots. This has nothing to do with coaches. This is the coaches voting on. I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you were arguing that's what they were using. Like they were ranking the coaches and stuff.
No. I'm sitting here thinking that somebody ranked the coaches from 1 to 25, bro.
That's why I was wondering why you were saying like you were going so hard about the coaching. I was like, yo, they're looking at the rosters and everything because they recruited against them. They know what's on the roster. But it's all good.
Yeah, dude, literally, bro. Like I'm sitting here like looking at this like, man, there's no way this is a coach's ranking. Why is James Franklin number 3, bro?
No, the coaches around the country rank the teams.
Look at everybody in the chat. Again, not the coaches. This is a team vote from the coaches. Yo.
But I still have a problem with Penn State being at 3. Well, I can't get mad at it. Yeah. But to me, I think people are overhyping. Oh, they did what the team up north did in Ohio State. Well, the team up north cheated, number 1. So there's that. Number 2, freaking Ohio State had elite players that are going to have long NFL careers. You could polish a turd. It's still a turd when you polish it. So you could bring all that back. Yes, you have very high, I would say above average players, but you don't have elite players on that team, in my opinion. And I think Drew Aller's decision-making is one of the worst in history. I would not have Georgia ahead of Notre Dame. I would put Penn State at 4, Notre Dame at 3, because Notre Dame is going to be really good. I don't care what anybody says. I'm putting Georgia behind Clemson at 6. Oregon's kind of high. I'm putting LSU where Oregon is. I'm putting Oregon where Bama is, and Bama at 9. Michigan, I'm kicking out the top 25 because they're not going to be able to have a postseason game anyway. Illinois is too low. I have them above Miami and Arizona State. South Carolina's too low. I think Florida is a little low, to be honest with you, depending on DJ Lagway's health. And then everything else I'm pretty fine with, but Michigan needs to get out of there.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. You can't. I mean, the Texas won, Ohio State too. I'm an Ohio State fan. I'm switching that as well. But I liked everything you said. I think Notre Dame's going to be pretty darn good as well. Clemson as well. What's this? I mean, people are really high on Alabama. They got a really high blue chip ratio, so makes
Yeah.
sense, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, but so you see that there's the coaches poll. Now let's go over and check this one out here.
Is that Brett McMurphy?
This is Brett McMurphy, man.
He's a joke,
dude.
That dude's
yeah,
a straight clown.
Yeah, chat. I'm curious, like when you are ranking these teams, or when you're looking for a source to go see where teams are ranked, what are you going and looking at? For me, I go look at like the Vegas odds. That's where I'm going to go look at and see, hey, how good do I think this team is going to be, right? Because when I look at this list here, I mean, Ohio State at number 6, Clemson above them, and again, people's opinions, but I don't agree with this at all, in particular with the Ohio State so low. What are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, this is the most ignorant list I've seen to date. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But hold on, before I got to address something. This has been bothering me. So Penn State Sports Talk has been going in on Jeremiah Smith, saying he flexed on a teammate because he threw the ball after a touchdown. Well, let me tell you something, Penn State Sports Talk. Over here, we run a real football program. Our guys talk junk to each other. They push each other. They battle at each other. The DBs, when they get pass breakups, have the defense, even if they're not even on the field, run on the field and get in the offensive player's face. You wouldn't know anything about that because you guys don't know much about winning or winning any type of big game. And it's going to repeat itself. Our practices are intense. Ohio State is not for everybody. Our players are not weak-minded. They're not soft. They're not a bunch of batch of cookies, but you guys are. And you got an overrated DC that's coming over there. Good luck. We're going to spank you November 1st.
Yo, what did I miss? What did Jeremiah Smith do? What is he saying?
He scored a touchdown and he said he threw the ball. So what? So what?
Oh, dude, hey, wait. Hey, if that's dirt, dude, I got so much dirt for you. K-Mac punched, who'd he punch in the face? Offensive lineman. I forget. K-Mac punched one of our offensive linemen in the face. Does he need to be off the team? Is he? Yeah, I like the Penn State guy in the chat. You're off on this one a little bit, dude. This Ohio State, man. There's fights every day, but afterwards they can shake hands because directly after that fight happened with K-Mac, what'd he do right when he got done with the play? Went over and shook dude's hand. That's what he did. So that's what we do there. That's the culture, man. And it would be an issue if the culture wasn't the way it was. The issue is if you're so competitive and that fire is happening, dude, if that kind of fire is not happening on my team, there's a problem. Right. There's an issue. When it becomes a problem is when that stuff gets taken into the locker room and gets personal. You know what I mean? It gets personal. So this here, man, this is it. You might have trouble recognizing because this is championship behavior. This is champion behavior, man.
There's no way he recognizes it. They never won anything.
I know. I ain't trying to be mean to him. He supports the show, watches all the time.
He is awesome. We love that you're here, but I had to give you a little bit. I'll say you can't come from optimists. I'm sorry. You got to keep that over there.
That's one of the other cool things about being here on YouTube, man. I like when other people get in the chat because, you're free to have that opinion, man. All you want all day long.
For us to talk about, to be honest with you, is actually fun. So we like that type of stuff. You're always welcome, Penn State.
I think I've seen somebody. I was scrolling up to try to find out what Jeremiah Smith did, and people in the chat talking about I'm taking gummies on the show. I guess I was
what for real?
Yeah. Oh wait, I laughed too much. Don't laugh. Yeah. Nah, I don't be popping them gummies, guys. Nah. But shoot, man, might go find one. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, all love for sure, brother. So yeah, man. When you go look at the Vegas odds, man, those guys, bro, they are putting like serious money on the line here, right? That's their job. That's their livelihood. So they are very, very good at it. So let's go take a look at this and see what they have. And we'll kind of go back and forth here as to what we got. So here we go. Here's the Vegas odds, right? It gives you all of them. And listen, I don't bet. I don't, very much. So I don't get, I guess these are a bunch of different betting sites here, but you see these odds, man. Top 4, Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, and Georgia, right? All across the board, Vegas has those 4 teams as the 4 most likely teams to win the national title. I would agree with that. Would you agree with that? Does that make sense in your head?
I can understand why Penn State's up there, but for me, I'm taking Penn State out. I'm putting Notre Dame up there. Notre Dame has a soft schedule. They're healthy. They're actually going to have a QB that can throw, and we know they have some wide receiver talent. Their defense is always sticky.
So let's just go to the top 8 then. Or let's do that. You know what I mean? That top 8's pretty solid right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you see here the Vegas odds, you got Ohio State, number 2 up there with Texas. And then you go over here and you look at stuff like this other list, like our good old friend Brett here. We see a discrepancy there. All the other teams are in the places that make sense, but you're just straight up lying to yourself when you're making this list. You are biased. You have hatred towards a certain team, and it's very obvious for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, you put us at number 6. Reason number 2, you put them dudes at number 11, bro.
Right.
You put an 8-5 team at number 11.
That lost 2 generational defensive tackles and one of the best tight ends to ever play in college football.
Yeah, man. Again, we're used to it, man. Yeah. This happens, bro. We're used to it. It's all year long. Our offensive line is getting nowhere near the respect that it deserves. Okay, so hey, you in the chat, Mello, answer this question as well, man, if you would. What position group is being slept on the most this year by the national media and by other people outside the realm that we are in?
I'm going. It's easy. It's too easy to say D-line because it really is the D-line. But I mean, you already hit on it. The O-line.
Yeah, I agree.
In my opinion, it's the O-line.
Yeah. Before I get into mine, man, thank you, Will Star. Chat, hit that like button for us. Hit the subscribe button as well. Helps us, gets our content out there, helps the YouTube algorithm. Way to support the channel. And again, this is just the truth of the channel, man. The more that comes into this channel, the more that is given out on this channel. That's just what it is. That's what we do. We wanted to give away 2 or 3 tickets to the Washington game, but couldn't do it, man. Can't afford that right now. But we're hoping, man, during the season, things might pick up a little bit for us here and get us to the point where we can get another ticket, throw another ticket out there for a season, maybe do a home game for somebody and do another ticket giveaway of some time. But we can have like just a trivia show, like a 30-minute trivia show, and see who wins that show, wins the ticket or whatnot. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway, yeah, back to the offensive line. Yeah, man, people are sleeping, and they're doing it because what they're looking at is they're thinking we lost 4 starters. Josh Simmons, going down, when in the reality of it is 2 of those starters weren't starters at the end of the year. Right. These guys that are starting this year, our second string offensive line, got the job done. I recently heard another person talking about Ohio State, and they said that last year our backups, they were talking about this year's offensive line backups, talking about how good it looked. And they said, for instance, last year, Ohio State's backup looked like absolute trash. This year, we look really good. In my mind, I'm thinking, our backups won us a national title.
Right.
How were our backups trash
against
last
elite
year?
Defensive lines?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 4 NFL defensive linemen and a first round defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I picked him to be the MVP of the season for the Buckeyes. And
yeah, you did. You're the only one.
Might have been on to something there. I might have been on to something, dude. But yeah, so Vegas feels the way that Ohio State fans feel about their team. They feel like they could repeat. We feel like they could repeat, man. It comes down to what's Julian Sayin going to do. And on a Scoop message board today, I think it might have been the helping technician over there. If you're not over there, get over there. And he reminded all of something, man. And it's that we can say all these things about Julian Sayin, but has he done things? Are there other aspects besides the 5-star ranking to Julian Sayin and our opinion of how he is looking in camp that deserve more hype? Well, let's look at this. He won the Elite 11. You can't go out and just do that. You can't just go out and look like a good quarterback and win it. You got to go out and win that thing. Nick Saban recruited you and wanted you on his team. Mm-hmm. And then when he left, who was next? Ryan Day recruited over Air Nolan, who he told would be the only quarterback in the class, to go get Julian Sayin. So there is more than fan bias behind Julian Sayin hype. He's the real deal. It's what it is, man. He's listen, get ready for the haters, man. He's CJ Stroud type passing material, dude.
So you want to hear something crazy?
He has that process. Yeah.
First off, I want to touch on that Elite 11 thing. So that's most underrated thing, and I'm glad you led with that with your whole little your whole conversation right there. Because guess who else was at that Elite 11? Aaron Nolan, Dylan Raiola, DJ Lagway. All these elite top quarterbacks were there, and he outshined it. I watched it. And actually, me and Deb watched it together. Remember, I was telling you where to find it, and I sent you the link. We watched it. Like the whole thing. And I was rooting for Air. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was rooting for Air, and Julian was just really that good, to be honest with you. So I wanted to touch on that real quick. Also, I forgot the other part I was going to talk about.
Well, let me say this. If I were to tell you guys, chat, that I was told by somebody that Ryan Day said Julian Sayin will be the best passing quarterback he's ever coached,
I believe that.
Would you believe that?
100%.
That's what I was told. So, so the hype is real, and I think people are sleeping there a little bit. DJ Lagway, Dylan Raiola, everybody's super high on them. You don't see Julian Sayin. I think I saw him on I never saw him on top 10. I think I saw him on like top 20. I think I might have saw him at a top 10 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
That list as well. But wide receivers aren't being slept on at all. Our tight ends aren't being slept on at all. Our linebackers are big time. We saw the list of top 10 linebackers or top 20 linebackers today. I wish I could find that. I should have pulled that up. And
I think it was top 10.
Top 10. Sonny Styles was on there, but he was really low again on that, lower than what, I thought he should be. And believe it or not, I think people are sleeping on our secondary as well. I don't hear much talk about Jermaine Matthews. Matter of fact, have you guys heard anybody bring up Jermaine Matthews? And inside Buckeye Nation, I have heard multiple people say that watch and coach and live this thing, talk about first round potential at corner. Yeah. That's saying a lot, man, for somebody to not be talked about. So
I remember what I was going to say now. So Con 3 did a little podcast today, and they had Herb Street on there, the one that graduated from Ohio State, and he actually interviewed Julian Sayin today. And basically, listen, Julian Sayin is going to be QB1. I don't think there's really much to talk about at this point. It's just so obvious. If you guys go watch it, it's kind of clear because Herb Street just graduated last year. So he was talking about a lot of stuff last year, and he was asking him, what's he doing to be ready to lead this team this season? Like the conversation, the words, and the verbiage he was using was pretty clear that he's saying he's going to be QB1. And yes, we heard Ryan Day last year when Julian came on campus, called him a savant, said he's the smartest quarterback he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah. No, 100%. I remember that multiple times. What was coming out is his ability to process stuff. In particular, I got the little bit of an inside scoop there. It was in on the whiteboard, drawing plays, remembering plays, breaking down defenses, and it's all up here on him. He's got that down. He puts in the work. He's got it done. Here's a clip of him. I think they're just checking into the hotel today for fall camp. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. 100% correct.
I was trying to see if we could hear him. I turned the volume on. Can you guys hear that?
It's low.
Yeah, can't hear him.
No.
But, the other aspect of Julian Sayin, man, that's the truth, dude, is he doesn't look like your typical big-time, college quarterback. He's got the baby face still a little bit, and He only put on 5 pounds from last year, and everybody last year, as soon as the season was over, when they start talking about Sam, all the haters and everybody that said Sam can't do it was his size. He's too small. Didn't put on. Well, he only put on 5 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so, but he's still going to be able to do it, man. And he's going to be. I like what you said. Julian Sayin's a starting quarterback. Just to break some news for you guys, like that's like Mello said, that's it's a done deal, man. It's just trust us when we tell you that. Julian Sayin starting quarterback.
I got a question for you as well as a chat. If Julian Sayin ends the season as ranked as like a top 3 quarterback nationally, where do you think, and we don't have any major health concerns, where does Ohio State finish the season at?
If Julian Sayin ends
no, if Julian Sayin at the end of the season is considered a top 3 quarterback nationally, and there's no major injuries to this team, what do you think the end result for this team is? Their ceiling.
Dude, literally, I had a thought a while ago, and in that thought, I said, if Julian Sayin ends the season as a top 10 quarterback, the Buckeyes are repeating. So I just don't see, with all this talent on this team, if Julian Sayin ends up being a top 3 quarterback in the nation, it's just like, man, how do you not run that thing back? But the other truth of winning a national title is it's very hard. You got to get a couple balls that just roll your way, But also Ryan Day made sure the ball could have rolled not their way a couple times last year in those games, and we still would have won that national title. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely. It was their destiny. They were destined for that. I do really think we're in a dynastic stage of Ohio State.
Hold up, dude. Yeah, it's 8:07.
Oh, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. Yeah. So, all right,
had a blast, Scoop fam.
Yeah. Had a blast. Sorry for the coaches poll mishap at the beginning of the show. If you guys want to shoot me an email, I'll give you a list of everything I did today and the following week, and you'll probably understand why.
We forgot to read.
I know, Mark. Thank you so much for the $50, man. I don't know why it's not pulling. It's not pulling it up, Mark. But thank you so much. He said, for the cause guys, Dev, show us your spit can. I can do that. I need to clean it up a little bit, dude. Right, because over here, it also says cheats because they did. I really wanted to show the clip of a Scum fan today and what they said. But Mike Green, $4.99. Thank you so much, man. Why Locked On Big Ten capping for Team Up North, saying the allegations ain't the worst in history, saying everyone is overreacting to what Team Up North has done. Crazy.
Yeah, I saw
Locked On Wolverines or Locked On Big Ten?
Big Ten. I saw that. I stopped watching as soon as he talked. But you got to think about it and put it like this in perspective. His job is to protect the whole thing, the entity of the Big Ten. So by him trying to protect and insulate Team Up North, he feels like he's protecting the Big Ten. But if he truly feels that, he's an idiot and never watch his show again. Yeah, for sure. And you guys are right. I'm sorry about the trivia. Didn't get to it, man. Didn't realize it was tomorrow. It was A's 10. Yeah, we will. So, hey, appreciate you guys so much for watching, man. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow with surprise. Caden Dixon Wyatt's mom is coming on tomorrow. You can't miss it. I'm telling you, do not miss tomorrow's show. It will be one of your favorite shows you've ever watched because she gonna let you know. She gonna let you know, man. But on that note, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH. IO.